The United Cajun Navy are so forthcoming. The fact that they told us, we haven't heard from any of their local officials, that Nolan was found face down, fully clothed. Well, that's significant to us because the last time we saw him on the videos, he was without a shirt. So at what point did he put on a shirt? Somebody saw something. Somebody knows something. There were almost 300, 400 people. Somebody knows something.
All of the facts surrounding the case.
What can you tell me about claims that his body was sent to the second autopsy, the independent autopsy, face down?
There seems to be a lot of questions about how Nolan's body was received, found, sent. If he was sent face down, that also doesn't make sense to me for the claim that it would be blood pooling in the back of his head, because if he's face down, wouldn't blood pool just by nature of gravity this way if he was found face down? It just doesn't make a lot of sense. But as I was listening to you and Joseph Scott Morgan talk, I mean, I don't know the terrain here, but if they're keeping the throat for a potential throttling, and you see this mark on the back of the head, if you're thinking in terms of someone's head pressed up against it, if there's something behind my head and you're pressing me this way, but by not knowing the manner or cause of death, we're kind of jumping to a conclusion there. So it just seems like every single layer, there is more questions than answers. And the mark on the back of the head, and not seeing in the autopsy report that there were really marks or signs of trauma anywhere else, was really particularly curious. I mean, why just there? What caused it? And we don't really have those answers about whether or not there was significant trauma to the flip of that to the front, because as you said, throat wasn't sent for the second autopsy.
So back to you, Joe Scott Morgan. I'm going to bring in the rest of the panel in just one moment. Joe Scott, how could the deep reddened markings at the back of the head, the occipital, how could that come from the blood sinking down post-mortem? It just, first he was face down, so it's not, it would sink to the blood would go to his face. That was would be the lowest point.
Now, why would his throat be missing, ladies and gentlemen? Is it because somebody strangled him and they don't want to show? That doesn't make any sense. Now, if this was your beloved, God forbid, but if this was your friend, beloved family member, and their throat was missing, would you raise hell? The man's throat is missing. But for us to blame a whole ethnic group without hardcore facts, it's going to make us look foolish, especially if you're wrong. Those people are going to be